was just in here dancing with Instagram. Like this is what I do behind the scenes that nobody sees. I just kind of get myself hyped and excited because it doesn't matter kind of what is going on in my day. For those of you who know, Mondays do Monday. Yes, they do. And because of that, because I have to hype myself up before a Monday training. And every time I think about this, I'm like, why did I pick Mondays? But you know what? I'm happy I did because it's a nice way to close off a typically rough day. But today wasn't too bad, guys. Actually, I'm gonna be a little vulnerable for a second before we dive in. I'm so proud of myself, y'all. Today, I dropped off my youngest kiddo, who's 11, to camp for the whole week, and I did not cry. I was like, oh my goodness, I blocked off my schedule because I didn't know what kind of mental status I was going to be in. But I drove him about an hour away, dropped him off. He was real nervous. I was trying to hype him up. You know what I mean? You know how you got to be a parent. I was all butterflies inside. I was freaking out, but I was like, I don't want him to see that. And I was like, you're going to rock this out. You're going to make friends. It's going to be okay. And I'll be back in a couple of days to get you. So he was like, all right. So I'm proud of myself. That's a win. It doesn't have to be a business win. That's a life win that I was able to get him to camp and get back. So shout outs to me, right? Sorry, I just had to share that with you guys because I told my friends, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to drive back with tears in my eyes, but I made it, y'all. But anywho, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Monday. It is time for our Monday night live. I need a sound effect for that. I don't know why I don't have any queued up. Do they have any good ones? I don't think so. Like they actually get a hand clap. Next time, I gotta remember that. Like to get a hand clap or something for y'all, so we have some extra sounds going on. But welcome, welcome, and welcome. We are here. We are currently streaming in Instagram. Hey, Instagram peeps. We are on Facebook in our private community. We are on LinkedIn. Shout out to LinkedIn. I've been I've been consistent on LinkedIn, y'all. I'm proud of myself. And shout outs to YouTube. So whether you're here live with us, whether you're watching the replay, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you, and I hope that you learn a lot on our little training today. We try to keep these pretty short, about 30 minutes or so. If you're watching, I always say, tell me, hey, tell me what's up, post a question. That's what we're here for. I don't want to be sitting here chit chatting with myself. All right, let me pull up our little slide deck as always. All right, so today we are crafting an irresistible offer, and this is actually more of a series where we're going to be talking about some of the components of crafting an irresistible offer. So today we're not going to dive into the whole process because that's definitely more than like 30, 45 minutes talk. But today we're going to focus on being able to engage and convert your target audience, or giving you a better chance at engaging and converting. If you're in our private Facebook group, you know that today I did a little impromptu chat with them, and I was talking about time management and really doing the things that are going to move your business forward. So often I have people come to me frustrated, frazzled, discouraged, saying like they're not getting any clients, or they are not sure what they need to be focusing on to get clients. And tonight we're going to kind of not dumb it down, but start getting real clear and concise on some things that I think you should be focusing on. Yes, there are tons of other things you could be doing, but I think for a lot of you who are in, especially our private community, who are just kind of getting started, you're starting to, take your business real seriously. You have some serious goals. And like I said earlier today, we're about we're a little past midway through the year. I want you guys to start really focusing on the things that are going to get you some clients, right? Because we can talk about the fact that we want to solve all the world's problems, but at the end of the day, when the money runs out, the lights go out and the business is done. Nobody can run a business on nothing. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that today, how we can go ahead and focus on a few things, right? A few important things that don't cost you anything, that are going to help you get some clients now. All right, but before we dive too deep, I just want to always reintroduce myself. Hello, hello. I am Corey Fonville Foster. I am a transformational speaker. I'm a certified business coach. I'm a trainer, and I'm also the CEO of iRock Marketable Business Solutions. We're based here in Virginia, USA, but we service clients from coast to coast and into Canada. And actually, we've had a few international clients as well. So we don't discriminate. Come, come everyone. We will be able to help you. How do we do that? We help small business owners just like yourselves, coaches, consultants, speakers, authors, monetize their passion. And I want to add in monetize your passion on a shoestring budget. We help you get clarity on what you want to offer. We help you find and engage with your target audience. And then, most importantly, we help you confidently implement your marketing and sales strategies consistently so that you can achieve your goals and live life on your own terms. Right. So that's what we are here for. That is our mission. That is our call to service. And we do this in several ways. We have two parts of our business. We have our done with you coaching side. So if you are looking for someone to kind of hold your hand, guide you, be there to answer questions and support you, give you that accountability, the coaching side is definitely going to be for you. We have one-on-one coaching, we have group coaching, and we also have something called Power Hour coaching, where you can book just 1 hour with me. One, it gives you a chance to kind of get your feet wet and see what it's like to work with a coach or work with me being your coach. But it also gives you an opportunity to solve one big thing. I posted recently a graphic, and it was like normal people sleeping comfortably in bliss, and then it was like the entrepreneurs staying awake with so many things in their mind. Most of us are like that, where we are just constantly thinking and trying to problem solve and figure out what's the next move. Power hours are great because we can sit down and solve and really tackle one of those problems and have you leave with an action plan that you can consistently follow through on to get your results. On the other side of our business, we have our done for you marketing services. And we really pride ourselves on our marketing services because it's all about affordability. You can get things from video editing. We've had a big spike in short form video editing that's great for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, all the things. So we have video editing, we have PDF creations, graphic designs. We actually had a really big client recently order this really cool brochure. It came in today. I was like, whoa, it's so pretty. Social media management, lots of clients that do that. If you are struggling with being consistent on social media, we have amazing packages to help you do that, where we brand original content specifically made for you to your audience, and we post it completely for you. So literally you can be hands off when it comes to the majority of your social media work. We do email marketing, virtual moderation, event planning, course creations. We can make those slide decks. You got a course you want to make, but you don't have time to sit and do all the slides. You make your bullets for your presentation, and we take care of the rest. We also have website and landing page design, logos, and tons more. So if you are in need of some marketing services, we do encourage you to just book a free call. Let us know kind of what you got going on, what you need support on, and I'm sure we can customize a package that fits in your budget. All right. If you are watching this right now, welcome to the family. You are now a rock star. If you are on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you see on your screen the different tiers of our rock star family. We have our regular rock stars who engage with us on our free platforms, so social media, blogs, podcasts, LinkedIn articles, all of that fun stuff. We have our Rockstar Plus who come to our free events. We have master classes about once or twice a month. We have another live event. I'll talk about that in a second. We have our summits. We have lots of cool trainings you can come to. And so if you do decide to join us in one of those, you'll be a Rockstar Plus. We have our A-list stars who invest in courses or paid events. We have our all-stars who invest at the group coaching level or purchase a marketing product. And then we have our elite stars who we spend the most intimate time with, and those are our one-on-one coaching clients. And we do this just so you kind of know what types of things are available. Some people go straight into elite. Some people stay at rock stars forever. It just depends, and either way is totally fine. All right, so I was mentioning we have free events, and one of those events is going to be coming up the third Friday in the month, and actually every third Friday from here on out. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the iRock Q&A and networking party. This was actually requested by you guys, saying, hey, I want to be able to network, I want to collaborate, I want to find accountability partners, I want to be able to ask questions. And so what we're doing is you register, it's completely free, it's in Zoom every third Friday of the month. get yourself a nice beverage, join us. Depending on the number of people, we may break into small groups or we may just share in the main room, and you'll get to talk about who you are, what your company does, who you offer. The coolest part that I want you guys to get out of this is referrals, right? You may know somebody who can support someone else, and they may know somebody who can support you. So, if nothing else, come just to talk about your business. This is an opportunity for you to sell yourself. Talk about you, talk about your brand, talk about new projects you got, events coming up, and listen to everyone else. And then just have a chance to maybe find people to collaborate with or network with. And then if you do have a question for me, because I'm just a bonus, if you have any questions, sales, marketing, or anything in between, you can feel free to use that time to ask me questions as well. So if you haven't had a chance to register for that, please do. I will put it in the comment section of all of these posts. If you're watching on LinkedIn or in the Facebook private community, if you go to the event section, it is already there for you, so you can register now. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk about unlocking the secrets to crafting compelling offers that engage your target audience and boost conversions. We're not going to talk about actually making the offer today. I think we talked about that quite a bit already, and we probably will, not even probably, we will talk about it more in the future. But today I want to just streamline our conversation more into being clear, right? Because again, there's lots of things we can do, but I want to be real concise. How do we get quickly from A to B, right? So that's what we're going to focus on today. Because we only got 3 weeks left in this month. We're going to get it done. All right, so the first thing I want you to do, and this is always going to be the first step in anything we do marketing wise. This is going to be the first step, period, point blank. Is going to be on every presentation forevermore. And that's to know and understand your target audience. This is the first step before you make the product, before you have the website, before you start posting on social media, before you purchase an ad, anything. Know your target audience and have a clear understanding of them, right? You need to have a client avatar, make a buyer persona, whatever you want to call it. You need to know who is most likely to purchase from you and who is your perfect client. Sometimes you may be attracting a certain client, but you really want a different client. And it's probably because of your messaging and you not having a clear idea of who your target audience is, and it's not following throughout your brand, that disconnect is there. And so before you get discouraged this month because you're not hitting your sales goal, I want you to take a moment, just a quick moment, go back and look and say, is this offer, product, service, whatever, serving my desired target audience? And I want you to really also look at your target audience and say, have I niched down enough, right? So I don't just serve small business owners, because every time I work with a new vendor, they're like, who's your target audience? It's not just small business owners, because that's a huge pool of folks. Probably great people, great products, great ideas, but that's not me. Service-based, okay? That's why I'm always saying coaches, consultants. And then I always throw in speakers and authors, but I always put a caveat when I work with my team to make me things. I say, really, it's coaches and consultants who may or may not also be speakers and authors, because I don't want somebody who just writes sci-fi books. I'm not going to be able to do much with them. But if I have a coach who also is working on a book, I got you. If I have a consultant who's also a speaker, I got you. So we're niching down even more. And then I actually just sat down with our new videographer, and he was like, okay, besides that, what is it even in more detail? I said, well, truthfully, I want to attract mostly women. I've worked with men in the past. It's fine. It's cool beans. But if I had my pick, right, I know I get more satisfaction. I get better results working with women. And in all honesty, and this is literally what I said, Black women who look like me. And then to make it even deeper, women who are either disabled, seen or unseen, like have some type of illness or condition, parents, right? Wives, all of those things. And so, no, not on every post are we saying Black women with kids and a husband with a disability. But I know as I write things, as I work with different freelancers or have my team meetings, that they understand in all, what are we really focusing on? Who are we really focusing on? And usually about 99.9% of the time, if something is going out to the public, in regards to my brand, it's going to look like and probably appeal to mostly women who are coaches and consultants who have a small business that they're trying to monetize. And then I always throw in the fact that they're trying to do it on a budget or a shoestring budget, we like to call it, because our brand is about affordability. So as you can see, there's a lot of pieces to my target audience. I don't just say small business owners. So if you're sitting here saying, I work with people trying to lose weight, I work with people dealing with grief, I work with people trying to get their kids through school, it's too big, because you have to say really what's your area of specialty, who can you really help the most, right? All of you probably made frameworks and you've done all this cool stuff. Who does that really help? Because it doesn't help everybody at the same level. Okay, so that's our first thing, knowing who our target audience is and really having a clear understanding of what they need and what they want. So often people are frustrated because their product flops because nobody asked for it. Nobody asked for it. They're not looking for it from you. And so they're not going to purchase it. So make sure you are doing the research to find out what is the problem your audience needs you to solve. Okay. And what you can actually help them with, because that needs to be a big factor in what the offer is that you create or offers that you create. All right, so then let's talk next thing. Know your messaging. Not only know your messaging, but have a clear way to communicate it. If you're messaging one thing over here on Instagram and another thing over here on Facebook, and then if I meet you in person, you're saying something else, I'm confused. Who are you? I know for me, back in the day, and I also have to tell like new people who come to me, I'm like, back in the day, I was just known as a marketer. Like that was it. Because when I started my VA business, that's what I was mostly doing. And so when people would work with me, they would refer people to me, they'd be like, oh, she's a marketer or she's a VA. I had a client that could not wrap her mind around the fact that we had a marketing firm, because when she started with me, I was a VA. So every time she introduced me, it's like, oh, my VA, my VA, my VA. And then people would come and I'd be like, oh, yeah, we have a marketing firm and this and this. And they're like, oh, you do all this stuff. Like, yeah. But that client had been with me in like the first 6 months of my business. And so she knew me as that. And so luckily, we've been able to make this shift to now I'm known more as a coach that happens to also own a marketing firm. I'm known mostly as a coach who also speaks and trains, because I decided, and along with my team, we decided to be consciously understanding of the fact that I wanted to really be known as a coach. That's where I wanted to focus most of our attention on. And again, going back to that new videographer, he was like, oh, do you want us to focus on this or that more? I want to be equally on the coaching marketing side, because those are the two sides of coach that gives amazing value. So again, you know your target audience, you've done the research. The next step this month, this week, is to look through your messaging. Is it clear? Is it concise? Does it talk to your target audience? Does it tell them that you understand what their problem is? Does it tell them that you can solve that problem? Because if you're just posting for the sake of posting, and I follow a lot of you guys because I like to see what you got going on. Some of you, I don't know what you do. I don't. I am very confused. Sometimes you're posting, sometimes you're not. And when you do post things, I'm not clear on exactly what you're saying, what your stance is. So just look through what you have and just make sure it's clear. Because even if you're posting consistently, if it isn't clear messaging, people don't know what to expect from you and what to come to you for. Some people, a lot of people may not be ready or in a position to work with you right now, but at least if they know what you do, when something comes up in their lives or somebody else needs something that you can help, they know, oh, this is the person to send them to. That's important, because you may not be able to have a one-on-one conversation with everybody. You're not. But if they come across you, it needs to be really, really crystal clear on what it is you do and how you help. So just make sure, like I said, you're checking in on your messaging, and that's messaging everywhere. Um, Everywhere that you're posting any text. Your website needs to be clear. Your logo needs to make sense for your brand. Your social media posts, your blogs, whatever it is, any kind of correspondence, if you're featured anywhere, it all needs to be clear. All right, next, I want you, because again, we're talking about getting paid right now. We're not talking about going back and making new products. Whatever you got now, we just gonna check, do these checks. Target audience, check. Messaging clear, check. The next step is I want you to get in front of your target audience. The only way to make sales is for people to know you exist. They need to know about you. And so I want you, excuse me, to get in front of your target audience. And you may be saying, that's easier said than done. I'm not saying you got to book an event that got 3,000 attendees, right? I'm not saying you got to be featured on Forbes. It's not always that serious. I want you to be posting on social media. I want you to actively, daily be inviting people to be friends with you or follow you, connect with you, whatever, but depending on what platforms you're on social media. The algorithm is not going to just send random people to you all the time. You need to actively, proactively be out here reaching out to your target audience and inviting them to connect with you. All right. And what that could look like is a lot of you are watching in our private Facebook community. That's where we invite our cold leads to come hang out with us. You don't got to buy nothing. Come hang out. That's all we want. Come hang out. See if you like the vibe over here. If you do, then yay. If you don't, you didn't lose anything out. So that's what we do on social media. Make sure that your website is great and that your SEO is pretty decent so that you can organically connect with people that way. You can get in front of your target audience if they're looking for something in particular. If you have a blog or you're doing LinkedIn articles, that's great too. You can share those in like your email marketing. You can share those. You can actually be a contributor to someone else's blog to get in front of your target audience as well. Getting featured on podcasts, hosting your own podcast, another great way to get in front of folk. It is very easy to get booked on podcasts. I find that that's one of the easiest third party credibility type things you can do in this now virtual era of the world. So get on some podcasts that speak to your target audience, print publications, or we're going to put quotes around that. A lot of people have virtual magazines now, but you can get in those as well. And make sure, again, that they're not just one-offs, that they talk to your target audience. TV, radio, you may or may not have to pay for that, depending. I wouldn't pay unless it's going to give you a big return on investment. And then events, virtual, in person, you hosting them, or going and being going to someone else's event that they're hosting. Get in front of your target audience. I try not to miss an opportunity. If there's a local vending event, I'll go and I will chit chat, listen to people talk about their products, do all kind of things, get their business card, and then reach back out to them like, oh, I saw you at this event, wanted to see if we could chat some more or what have you. Get, by any means, this is hustle time, y'all. Some of you have been doing business for months and haven't made a sale. Get in front of your folk. And then once you get in front of them by any means necessary, I want you to invite them to work with you. Because that's the next thing I see people not doing. They may start building a following, do all that stuff, but they don't have that call to action. What is the next step? Pretend your target audience are little children, right? They're going to just roam around until you tell them, hey, this is what we're going to do next, right? And you tell them the transition after this, we're going to do this. So that could look like having a webinar or a training, and then the call to action be, hey, fill out this application. Enjoy this free lead, you're not going to call it a lead magnet, but this free product or service. You can tell them to purchase it. Hey, if you like this talk and you want to learn more, I actually have a full course. Here's the link to purchase, right? Hey, book a free call. If you're watching this right now, the description says share. I think it says like share with a friend. We're doing free mini brand audits. And the reason why I say share with a friend is because one of our missions is to help 100 small businesses this year. And so I said, okay, I want to up our chances of that. I can't just assume people are going to refer me. Even if I'm great, I got to remind them to. So I'm telling you guys, hey, share this link, give your friend a free mini audit. You can even use the link, get a free mini audit. So I'm telling you, this is the next step. This is the next step. At the end of all these presentations, I always let you know what promotions are going on, because I want you to say, oh, that's the next step. I can get this. I can get that. All right. So that's that next step. Invite people to work with you. Join our free community. Book a consultation call. Let's have a chat, coffee chat, all kind of things. Like I said, purchase the product. Tell them what they need to do next. And then some people may or may not be ready. That is okay. You laid the groundwork. I want you to just make sure you're following up consistently. So adding people to your email list. If they're like you have a Facebook group like I'm on right now, I'm just going to come in here and give free trainings. I give free resources. I check in with people. I DM people because I want to follow up. People may be in the process of thinking about moving to the next step in their business or their journey, whatever it is you help them with. They just may not be ready to pull the trigger then. Stay in their face because when you disappear, out of sight, out of mind, and you don't want that to happen. So stay in front of your audience. It's a lot easier to nurture a lead than it is to get a cold lead to the sale, right? So just keep that in mind. All right, so before we go today, and thank you guys for hanging out with me, I do want to let you know what promotions we have going on. And if you're watching this and you're like, I can't remember all this stuff, it's a lot of information, you can always go to our website, irockmarketablebusinesssolutions.com. Go to our promotions page and you can see sales, you can see upcoming events. They're all there. We update it every single month. So right now we have our copy for consistency. It's $197. It will be going away at the end of the month. It includes a 5-part email sequence. This is created just for you. None of our stuff is duplicated or just, general things to everybody. You get 90 days of social media copy, and copy is wording for those of you who don't know. And you also get flyer copy where you can promote an event, a service, a product, right? For $197. So you're literally getting all the copy you need to potentially sell an offer or to promote an event. We also have our 90 days of clarity brand audit. It does start with that free mini audit, but on top of that, you get a lot of cool things as well. I don't have it in front of me. I'm not going to go search for it right now. It's been a long day. But if you want more details of what that 90-day clarity brand audit includes, it is for 90 days. For certain, you definitely get everything in that the first offer. You get all those things, plus you get strategy calls with me monthly as well to help you develop a plan based on that audit to get you to the next part of your journey. So it's a little bit of coaching mixed with a little bit of marketing. We also have our 90-day social media bundle. So if you're thinking, okay, I really want the third quarter of my business to be amazing, I really want to amp up my consistency, you can get one branded post a day. So those posts are created. That's the graphic, the caption, the hashtag, the call to action. Every single day posted to your platforms. And put the little disclaimer, you have to purchase a later.com account. It's about $20 a month. You totally own it, but that's how we post to your platforms. And you can post to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. You're going to get 15 reels as well. So short edited content. Those reels actually can go on Instagram. They can go on to TikTok. They can even be posted to YouTube as shorts. And heck, they can actually be posted to Facebook as well. Then we also have our monthly strategy calls. You get a 30-minute strategy call once a month where you can talk about things that are coming up, get tech help. Maybe you have an event you need some support on. All those things can be in those 30-minute strategy calls. So that is an offer as well that we are doing. Again, I know I went through those kind of fast because this isn't really a sales type of presentation. I just want you to know what is available if you choose to, if you choose to want to work with me. If you're, not sure about what you need, right? You're like, this is where I'm trying to go. This is where I currently am. This is what I got. Book a free call. Book a free call. No pressure to buy anything. We can have just a chat about what it is you do, who you help, what you're trying to do, where you at now, and then we can help you figure out and prioritize what your next step should probably look like. Fair enough? All right, but like I said, that call to action, your next step is to share that link that's in the description. Book your free mini audit call if you haven't already, but also share with a friend because I am going to be adamant about my goal to help 100 small businesses this year. We are well on our way, but I want to make sure that we hit that goal. With that being said, guys, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Remember to sign up for our Hangout Networking and QA party. That's on the third Friday of every month. But with that being said, guys, remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock, and I will talk to you guys soon.